Hello, everybody. Tim from SkiRx Media once again doing the second of the new question and answer series just for fun. Just for fun, taking questions from the SkiRx Media fans and my SkiRx Media friends and answering them to the best of my ability. And they can be on anything snow sports. And if I can't answer it, I'll tell you straight up because I try to be as honest as I can. And I don't mind being wrong. But you could even bridge it beyond snow sports. If you want to ask a question, if you get a kick out of these, you can go down into the description. You can find all kinds of ways to contact me and you can ask me a question. I will answer it. And of course, you will get credit and a shout out and all that good stuff. And Today's question, if you notice, I'm filming on the same day I filmed the last question because I'm dressed exactly the same, which you wouldn't know anyway because I wear this shirt a lot. But anyhow, it could be a different day, but it's not. I just answered Rob's question. Now I'm answering Matt's question. And that's who this question comes from, ROT1 or Rot1. Dude, I don't know how to say your Twitter name, but this is our boy Matt holding it down out there in Tahoe. He asks, why do city folk still think there's a battle going on between skiers and snowboarders? Can I explain this phenomenon? Can I explain this phenomenon? Actually, kind of yes and kind of no. We all know back in the day there was the animosity between skiers and snowboarders. You know, it was the elitist skier versus the knuckle dragging snowboarders. It made it into movies and stories and TV and things like this. I know that it existed a little, but it was kind of before my time. You got to remember, I didn't really even though I learned how to ski when I was 12, that was in 1991. I really didn't get into it till the late 90s, 94, 95. The 94, 95 seasons where I went hard into it. And by then, snowboards were like allowed on a lot of mountains. I worked at Mount Snow at that time. We had snowboarders. And I just grew up skiing around and with snowboarders. So even though we knew it, even though we talked trash just for the fun of it, there was never any true animosity. So why do city people think there still is the question. Like I said, well, actually, that was my point. Pardon me. Let me restate that. Or let me start from where. Like I said, I was coming up. I never felt it. We talked trash at each other. I didn't feel it. But there was still, stories. You hear stories. And you see it, like I said, in movies, TV, through the 90s. But as the 90s ended, that went away. If you're on, of course there's still some assholes out there who keep it going because that's how people are. That's how humans are. Now, when Matt asks about city folk, they just don't know because they're not there. All they have to go on is, what they hear in the media, what they hear on movies or in TV or in music or whatever, wherever you find your information from. And we see it all the time. Dude, we base opinions on what we see instead of what we experience, which is why I don't base my opinion. I don't judge because I don't care because I know what I'm hearing unless I'm seeing it may or may not be true. And I'm not saying someone has to prove everything to me, but we all have that inner bullshit detector and we know it's probably better to try and go witness it with your own two eyes. And in all my years, yeah, maybe there's been an asshole snowboarder, excuse me, once in a while. Yeah, maybe there's been an asshole skier once in a while, but it's very rare. It's very rare. There really is no animosity between skiers and snowboarders anymore. We just go out and we do it. I mean, you know me, man. If I had animosity towards snowboarders, that would suck because I crush on snowboard girls really quick. I'm not even going to lie about it. Why lie about it, It's a thing for me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm sick. I don't know. But it's, all kidding aside, I have one of my best friends. We've been best friends for 26 years. He rides a snowboard. I ski. We don't care. When I went to Big Snow a few weeks ago, I went with two snowboarders. We don't care. In that building, you had all kinds of different people riding skis and snowboards. I had my ski boards just to be really different. I do get picked on for that still. A lot of people pick on the ski boards. I don't know why. I will never know why. I think they're awesome. But there were skiers, there were snowboarders, there was me on my snowboard, there were snow bikes running around that place, man. the animosity between the different things is not real. And city people, like I said, they think it because that's all they hear. They don't go up there. We know that for as much as we love skiing, snowboarding, snow sports, as much as we see the crowds and the lines and how often we like to do it, how often we talk about it, they're really not popular sports. People don't do them. So the city folk who don't go up to the mountains don't get to see it. So they only know what they are told. And that sucks, because then that makes stereotypes, and the people believe the stereotypes, and then shit gets out of hand, and then you have other things going on with stuff that goes on outside. Listen, lessons from Ski Rex Media can absolutely be taken to other issues and other things outside of snow sports and into real life. And people just aren't ready to give up what they've seen. They have to accept it as true. They have to accept that there's some animosity between skiers and snowboarders, because that's the way it is, isn't it? Don't they battle it out? That's why snowboarders are not allowed on, every ski mountain in America, when it's in truth there's only 3 that they can't go in. Those 2 out in Utah and 1 here in the Vermont. Like, out of the 400 there are in the US, they don't know. They just don't know any better, and they're not willing to learn beyond that. I'm not trashing anybody. Believe me, I get it. It's hard to, sometimes accept something for what it really is, but they don't know any better. And that's why they still think that. The few that still do, if they're even talking about it down there, I don't really know. If you're asking, you must have heard it around. In the more urban areas, is there still that, the skier snowboard rivalry? And it really isn't out there. You would agree, I'm sure 99% of the people here would agree with that. It's really not out there. Like, you do see it once in a while. Like, it's not, I don't think it's ever going to go away completely, because there's always going to be one dick who has to talk shit and cause problems for everybody. Some hater somewhere causing problems for somebody. But it's that one person who's ruining it. And if that one story gets out, then the people who aren't doing it every day, who aren't in the mountain towns, who aren't trying to be part of that lifestyle, that's why they think it. That's why they think it. The city, be it the city folk, be it anybody, really. It doesn't even have to be a city person. It could be, a rural person that doesn't come up to the mountains, a flatlander, maybe. I don't know. And, they say they hear this stuff, snowboarders. Like, because some people think all snowboarders are still punks. Just punk kids. It's like, that's not true. There's absolutely elitist snowboarders out there, man. That's why snowboards cost as much as skis now. It's all, that's the business end of it. And yeah, man, it's, there's not every snowboarder is a punk. Not every skier is a ski bum or a rich person. It's usually something in between. The stereotypes, humans can't let go of stereotypes, man. They just can't do it. Not in full. And we're working on it as humankind. Humankind is working towards that, but you can't just force it. People aren't always ready to let go of that stuff, even if they think it's harmless. Like, what's the harm if we think there's animosity between, or a rivalry between skiers and snowboarders? Well, the harm is it's not true. And yeah, it's not as bad as other things people could think that are similar, but it's a symptom of the same issue. And that issue is people just can't let it go. They just can't let it go. I mean, I bet you there's a couple, old school skiers and old school snowboarders out there who were there during the actual rivalry, some of those rivalries, and I bet you they haven't let it go. They still haven't. It's, it kind of, the old dogs, new tricks, man. We know it. And then there's people like me who just don't care. Ride what you ride, dude. I like you. I don't. I have no problem with you. If you take me down, you run into me. It doesn't matter if you're on a pair of skis or a snowboard. If you are the aggressor, then you are. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us who are out there doing it, but the ones who aren't doing it, they just don't know. That is the short answer that I just took almost 10 minutes to explain. So how was that? Was that a good enough answer? If yes, let me know. If not, let me know. I can always revisit and elaborate, or continue to discuss or debate. And the best ways to do that is, number 1, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know when stuff comes out. Number 2, you can contact me through email and comments here and comments and DMs on the social media stuff. All in the description, all links. So you just click on stuff. And, let me know what you think. And I'm all about talking about it. And I love the fan interaction and the friend interaction. Right. So, Matt, I hope this answered your question. And if it didn't, let me know and I'll try again. Try again. That's what I'm all about. But you know me, I'm positive I'm going to get it right eventually. Right. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the series. And I hope more people ask questions so the series can continue. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Later.